happening, ladies and germs? It's Tuesday night, and it's That's Cool Drink. 31st episode tonight. And guys, I got Daniel Green on, Danny Diesel. This is the dude, if you don't know, kind of the very first of the Sell It All, Let's Go Racing. And he did it with diesel trucks, and we're going to talk about all that. It's going to be a super good time, but he's really immersed himself in a lot of motorsports. He's got an all-wheel drive DSM that we were talking about not too long ago. Him and I, we were able to meet up, and we'll talk about that a little bit too. We was able to take his grandma out to the West Coast and made his way through South Dakota, and we had dinner, and it was awesome. But thank you so much to Daniel for joining us tonight. He's actually on his way to Sick Week at the moment, like as we go. So he's in a parking lot. He's got a dome light going, and he's on his Bluetooth speakers in the truck. So we're kind of working with this as we go. He actually, the reason we're a couple of minutes late is he was like, man, I just have bad service in this parking lot. So he's going to another parking lot to hang out with us. So hopefully he doesn't get the cops knocking on the door or nothing like that. But guys, we're going to have a fantastic night tonight. It's going to be super cool. Hey, Rich Guido joining us from the road as well. So hi, Rich Guido. Hi, Nick Ball. You guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in for Tuesday night. Next week, I am on Sick Week. So I'm actually going to be out there. You'll probably see more of my face on that, and that's going to be on Freedom Plus. So FRDM and then the plus sign, that's the Cletus deal. So if you want to watch Sick Week, you need to be a Sick the Mag subscriber, and that'll get you a free entry. They'll get you a code for that, or they're giving out with the code Sick Week, all one word, Sick Week, promo code. You can get that month. I believe it's this month and then the beginning of next month, half off. It's like $8 or something like that. So check it out. You'll see me doing a lot more of that sort of stuff. Don O'Neill, who had been doing a lot of the in the pit and at the top end reporting, isn't going to make it. He actually, of course, working for Stevie Fast Jackson now. So that kind of opens up that window for me. You'll probably see me at a bunch of the checkpoints and things like that. But that said, I'll be at Sick Week next week. I'll be back on the 6th, and I'll be with somebody. I don't know who, but we'll figure that out. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, on his way to Sick Week with a machine we're going to talk about right now, Mr. Daniel Green.
Hey, what's happening, people?
Dude, thank you so much for being on That's Cool Drink, where basically our viewers get to learn more about people who we know a little bit about, but we haven't sat down with for an hour and shot the shit with. So that's what we're doing. And basically we do that, and then everyone gets to watch me get drunk.
Hey, that sounds like a fun plan. I got a bottle of water over here. Since
Attaboy.
I'm out on the road, I'm not at the hotel getting hotel beers yet. So
that's right.
We'll just drink some water together and have a good time.
Absolutely. You can absolutely hydrate, and that's part of the deal. But where are you bedding down for the night tonight?
I'm currently in Jackson, Mississippi, headed down to Mobile, Alabama, and then I'm going to take the Panhandle over to Orlando and get ready for Sick Week.
Heck yeah, man. And of course, Sick Week starts. Yeah. Tech and Test is on Sunday.
Yep.
What the hell day is that? The 28th. And then day one is the 29th. So yeah, you're well on your way. You got a few more days of towing out there, but let's get right into it. So you this year are doing it, and I made the background what you're going to be faced with for about the next 600 or 700 miles for a week is the controls of this. So this is a 3-wheeled Cushman.
It's a 3-wheeled Cushman, yeah. Like you would, yeah.
Yeah. So
there
I mean,
it is.
It's if you look at the side, it's the redneck edition.
Yeah.
And that's
I bought it. I bought it like that. That was the selling point.
Yeah, that brings it right out. That's how you know that it's a Hayabusa swapped one now. So
Yeah.
tell tell us why in the hell, because you reached out to me and you were like, hey, here's something I'm thinking about doing, and I was like, dudes swap sport bike motors into all kinds of stuff, and you were like, all
Yeah.
right, I like that idea. So you bought this thing with the idea that why? Because you're insane. We know you're nuts, but
Well, so I got inspired to buy a Cushman about it was about 8 months ago when I was looking for my next adventure, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But so I bought the Cushman, and then well, let me rewind a little bit. Hold on a second.
yeah, start
Okay,
start wherever
so
you need to start.
so I got on the internet and I was browsing the internet late at night, looking for my next adventure. And I came across a website called the Adventurous, and they host multiple different adventure runs, different like road trip style runs, and they have this event called the Rickshaw Run. And I was like, okay, well, that seems kind of interesting. Let me look a little bit more into it. And I did. And it inspired me to buy a three-wheeled Cushman. And you're probably wondering why a three-wheeled Cushman. Well, on the rickshaw run, you take a three-wheeled tuk-tuk in India and you drive it 1,300 miles across country.
So
So,
that's I'm going to throw that
that,
on the little picture in picture
yeah,
here, and
there
so
we go. There we
it'll
go.
just kind of play this video while you're talking about it, but
Yeah.
literally take on the world in a glorified lawnmower. And if you haven't seen one of these things, an actual one of the, I mean, it's teeny.
Yeah, they're tiny. They're small. Like literally two people should ride in them, but they stuff four people plus your luggage. So you're taking a 10 horsepower lawnmower 1,300 miles across a foreign country with your buddies with a backpack, and you're just having a time of your life. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm a marketing person. I got to figure out how I can market this idea to gain some hype behind it. I was like, what better way of buying a Cushman or a tuk tuk in the United States and making it a little bit of my own?
Right.
So I got with our buddy Stephen Narx. You know him. A
Oh
lot of you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
watching
And
know him.
yep,
Uh,
and I've had him on. I believe he was episode. Him and his brother was episode like
okay,
28 or 29. So I had him on just a few weeks ago.
nice. So I got with Steven and I said, "Hey, dude, what do you think about this idea of Hayabusa of swapping a Cushman with a Hayabusa engine?" There it is. That's a good picture of it right there. Uh, and he's like, "Oh, I've done something like that before, but we did it in a golf cart." I was like, "Oh, okay, so you're experienced in this madness. So you're the guy." So it was funny because I started shipping Steven all the parts. I was like, "Here, let me ship you the Cushman." So the Well, actually, he went and picked up the Cushman. I found it on Marketplace. So he went and picked up the Cushman, and then I dropped off the Hayabusa motorcycle to him, and then I got on Summit Racing and ordered a whole bunch of parts from them, and yeah, so he got it done. We're on
Heck
our way
yeah,
to
and
Sick Week with it.
there's a picture of the background shrunk up so you can kind of see the cockpit of it. So it's got the Hayabusa
Cluster.
handlebars, and it's
Yep.
got the
Yep.
cluster. So and so it basically, this is, if you guys don't know, a Hayabusa, right, is it's a Suzuki. It's a 1,300 cc four cylinder, and they make like 200 horsepower.
Yeah, it's about 200 horsepower. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, on a motorcycle that weighs, I mean, a sport bike's 350 pounds
Yeah. A
thereabouts or
Hayabusa,
whatever.
Yeah, Hayabusa. They're a bigger bike, so it's probably like 550.
Okay, yeah,
So
and then so I
yeah,
mean, but that's a 200-mile-an-hour motorcycle. So, so you're an idiot, and you're like,
yep.
hey, let's put 1300 cc's. What size engine would a Cushman have come with, or did this one come with?
You know what's funny is this Cushman was fully restored from an old guy, and and we told the guy what we're doing, and we're like, hey, dude, like we're gonna tear this thing apart, right? We're gonna we're gonna swap the engine. He's like, oh, you're the perfect candidate for this, and I'm like, yep, sure are.
Hey, done. Let's
Uh,
go. You like hot
yeah,
rod and stuff? I'm in. I'm your Huckleberry.
it actually this Cushman here actually it was running and driving, it had a like a 10 or 15 horsepower liquid cooled engine in it.
Okay, like a single
Yeah.
cylinder or V twin kind of thing.
It was single cylinder. Yeah, single cylinder engine, liquid
So
cooled.
so you'd not. I mean, a lot of guys will be like, man, this thing makes double the horsepower it made stock, or like even do something like jam like a hot rod junior dragster Briggs and Stratton in it. You like take it from here. Like
Yeah.
this is kind of a sane person with a three-wheeled
Okay.
Cushman, and you take it to Danny Diesel and put
Yeah. To the top.
200 horsepower of Hayabusa in it. And is it still fuel injected? Everything?
Yep. It's fuel injected. Basically, what we did is we took the whole wiring harness out of the Hayabusa, the engine, the transmission, everything, and just implanted it all into the Cushman. So it has the wiring harness from the Hayabusa, the handlebars, everything from the Hayabusa. Uh, and we also got with a company and got a quick shifter, because making a shifter is not really easy for something like this. It's quite complicated. So we got with the company and we put a cylinder shifter on it.
Okay, so it's
So
just a push button. It's dee
yep,
dee dee
yep,
dee.
and it's all clutchless. It's all clutchless shifting. So you let off the clutch in first gear, and then
And then you
it's
just
just rapid fire. Yeah.
nice. Hell yeah, that's
Yep.
cool. That's super cool. Drink.
Yeah, well, drink to that.
What
Drink to that. Uh,
have you figured
yeah.
out with it for reverse?
I was gonna actually ask if you'd help me push it out of the hotel parking lot if we needed
I
to.
will. I will. Um,
It don't have
so
reverse.
bonus points. I just figured out my future father-in-law has a Harley Davidson trike, and I was like,
Yes.
how do you back it up? So it has like a small block Chevy starter with a
Okay.
gear that runs it backward.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
So you just without the engine running or nothing, hit another button,
Yeah.
and it
Huh.
goes wee and backs up. So he just I think it
Huh.
has like a flywheel for a Chevy on
Yeah.
it and a starter that just engages it. So
Huh.
I'm sure you could come
I
up
guess
with
that'd
something
work.
like that at some point for some reverse.
Yeah, I'm more into asking a buddy to help me push it.
I'll push it. I'm in. I can't wait. In case you're
Uh,
wondering, yes, I am going to Sick Week, and so I am actually going to get a chance to talk with Danny down there because you're
yeah.
actually entering. The reason you're doing this and the reason that this all happened is you're going to take this on the sick ward. So you're not going to race it,
Yes.
but you're going to take
No.
it on the whole trip.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it on the whole trip. I'm not gonna race it. Liability reasons. I don't want to race it. I don't want to screw up a track for the other
No,
racers because
man,
I'm being stupid. You know what I mean?
I get it, and honestly, it'll be a feat getting to complete that portion
Right.
because if you're a guy that watches like roadkills and stuff like that, like on Motor Trend, like that they say that a
Right.
ton. Like get your car to where it rolls and moves and drives, and then you get
Yeah.
it far enough away from home that you're uncomfortable, and you have to fix it. So like
Right.
you're whatever's going to happen, you're going to fix it. So
Yeah.
but as it sits now, it runs, drives, moves, stops, everything.
It runs. runs, drives, moves, stops. We've driven it one city block and we put it in a trailer and said it. And Steven said, "Good luck."
That's pretty standard for a drag and drive kind of person. Is just shove the thing in the box and take it to the race and hope
Yeah.
it don't break. But I do have your video that you put on TikTok. Real quick, shout out all your socials.
YouTube, Danny Diesel. TikTok's Danny Diesel. And then Facebook, you can just find me as Daniel Green. So
Totally. So you made a TikTok out of this one and you posted this on the Sick the Mag page, but you sent it to me as well. So let's watch the here it is actually running, and you can tell it is a living thing. So check this out. Oh, and actually, that's the one you sent me. You put another one on TikTok.
Yeah. Gosh, dang it.
But
what did I get myself into?
That thing's rowdy sounding, even. I mean, it's got like a little lope and stuff to it. Like it's gonna be cool pulling up next to that on the side of the road and seeing you with an Amish hat on.
Yeah.
And like and probably like this shirt. This will be pretty much what people will get to see.
That's a good set. Yeah. That's a good shirt.
With Danny Diesel at Sick Week, if you guys haven't met him.
Yeah.
So
that shirt gets me into a lot of places.
Rich Guido wants to know if it's got wheelie bars.
It doesn't. But I have enough friends down in Florida this next week. If we have to make up some wheelie bars, we'll do it. So
that's what I'm talking about. And last year, Kevin Smith opened up KSR, and he had the whole place full of cars, and they were fabbing on them and doing all kinds of stuff. So if you brought something like that to that, and you needed some stuff, he would probably work on it for you. And it also turns into a huge burnout party. The whole neighborhood's out there. It is so awesome. It is so awesome.
I can't wait.
Hell yeah. We've got Tom Bagley on. So he's kind of saying like, hey, same as me, like showed up to race week, drove the car 5 miles, never even saw that thing in person. Like goes out and completes race week with that Fox Mustang. But here in a little bit, kind of in the background, and Guido's trip is going well as well. So it's good. Cool. Thank you so much for tuning in, Mr. Guido, one of my longtime buddies and a fan here on That's Cool Drink. And you can see his podcast is the Clutch Burners podcast, and they've got all sorts of cool stuff. Like they had Clay Millican on. It was
that's cool.
Clay Millican's that is cool. Drink.
That is cool. Drink to that. That is cool.
But dude, so you're on your way to Sick Week and you're going to unveil this insanity. And I can't wait to see it, dude. I really can't. Can you fit 2 people in it, or are you going solo?
I am doing this solo, but there are rumors around that some people are going to want to join me on a couple miles in it. So
you know what? Like, I don't know if I got those kind of balls. I want to see it make a little bit first, and make sure it's not a total pile of shit. But then I might ride in it with you if it's like day 2 or day 3.
Okay.
And you've made it, and it's not on fire. And you haven't died for some reason or another.
The only thing I'm really like concerned about are like taking corners. Like I like going straight. I think I'm good. Like I think I'm good.
Well,
but
and you look at it, and I can see. I mean, it's got little landing bars down there, and so those are kind of the wheelie bars. These are like side wheelie bars. So
okay,
we're gonna call it rocker protection. It's like a rock crawler.
Okay,
right? But cushman form. So,
I'm
and someone says it'll
yeah.
be real cozy for two. And that reminds me of Bill Leak. If you guys don't know Bill Leak is not a little guy. Bill Leak's probably, I think he's 6'4", 250 kind of guy.
Yeah.
And he built a Factory 533 coupe.
Oh
So
wow.
it's a fiberglass body, but it's teeny inside. Like it's really tiny. Like it has
Huh.
little bomber seats, and he's a big dude. Well, he brings his buddy who's bigger than him in that car, and they drove on race week with the thing. And
Oh
like they rode like the first day or something, and they were pulling up maybe for breakfast or something. And somebody that was
wow.
riding
Okay.
in their group was like, "So you guys are like gay now, right? Like you're a couple?" Like because you can't
For
not
real.
be in that
Right.
close. So
Right.
yeah,
The only comfortable way of riding in the Cushman I would have to put my arm around the other person. So like, all right, you hold the throttle, I'll hold the clutch. My arm will go around you, and we'll just be
right.
one.
And we're just gonna go. It's fine. Like
Yeah.
just let it happen. But yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I'm
No, it was.
for it. I'm excited to see it. And as I
I'm
understand,
just.
you are
I'm
currently
just thinking
for a
though. Oh,
co-pilot.
sorry.
I'm sorry, you are currently looking for a co-pilot for this trip to India.
Yeah. So back to the India adventure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
September 2020. September 2024. We leave out September 2nd, and we get back September 25th. And if you follow my adventure for Sick Week and it's something that you're interested in, and you can take a month off of work, or you're self-employed and you can do that, you fly over to India and I'll take care of the rest.
Hell yeah. So you just get yourself there. You
Yep.
will have a rickshaw and hotel rooms ready
We'll
to
have
go.
rickshaw and hotel rooms. Yep. And we'll figure out the food when the time comes about.
Yeah, I mean, event you're gonna have to keep yourself alive. I mean, that's just it is
Right.
what it
Yeah.
is. So I mean, you'll figure that out. But no,
Yeah.
that's
And I'm already going anyways, so I got to pay for hotel rooms. So if someone wants to fly over there and wants to go on an adventure with me, I'm looking for a co-pilot.
it. I mean, it looks like a blast. Someone, and I'm not sure who that is saying nope, 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 nope,
See,
nope.
where's the adventure? Where's the adventure in
No,
people?
I get it. I super like. I mean, yeah, I'm jealous of it to be honest with you because it sounds again if it can do sick week, you'll prove. I mean, it can do if it can do 600, it can do 1200 in my opinion.
And that's the thing. So here's another thing I want to do this year. And I'm a wild man, dude. Like I come up
You
with
do
some
a
crazy freaking
lot of
ideas.
stuff. You do a
Yeah.
lot of stuff.
So if it makes it through Sick Week, if this Cushman makes it through Sick Week, I will at some point this year. I want to start out in a part of the country with $100 in my pocket, and I want to see as far as I can go selling merch and driving the Cushman as far as I can go around the country on $100.
I think
What do you think about that idea?
that's great. I think that's amazing. Like I think that's going to
I
be super
wonder,
cool.
yeah, selling merch at truck stops and gas stations, and just trying to get money for your next
Yeah,
pit stop.
and just hype it up as you're going. Like, dude, here's my route. Here's
That's
where I'm going.
Yep,
Meet up with
yep,
me. I got shirts. I got you name it, dude. If you
yeah,
want to sling me $5 for fuel, dude, I'm
yeah.
game. And
So
yeah,
this sick week is like is the testing ground of it, because I know there's 400 other of my friends there, so they're not gonna let me like sit on the side of the road. If something happens, we'll get it back to the track and we'll try it again. So what better place than Sick Week to try it?
yeah, no, exactly. And I mean, you'll be around a bunch of people who will help you out. You probably won't run into a ton
Right.
of bike people. I mean, they don't do a bike class at Sick Week, so you're not going to have like a
Oh,
Hayabusa expert rolling around that
okay.
can maybe help you with Hayabusas. Unfortunately, like, but Dustin Moody, he or Baker, Chris Baker from Race Week has a
Okay.
turbo Hayabusa. So if you run into
Oh,
problems, let me know.
okay.
We can get the cavalry on it.
Well, it also has the Cushman also has a dragster rear end under it. It
Oh,
has like yeah, one of my friends donated a dragster rear end like out of a real dragster.
oh, no
So
kidding.
yeah, it's four linked. Stephen four linked it and everything. Like
No kidding.
yeah, yeah, it's on coilovers in the rear, four linked. Like it's the real deal, man. Like
That's freaking cool, dude.
I might need someone to help me plot out the four link.
Yeah. That I mean that I'm sure you can come up with someone that'll help you with that at some point for sure. What
Oh
does it
god,
weigh?
I don't know. Probably 1,000 pounds, 1,300 pounds. It's heavy. It's a big girl.
It's gonna be so
All
much fun.
steel.
It's gonna be so
But
much fun.
when Steven built it, we strategically put the engine like as far forward as possible. The fuel tank is like right behind me. So actually, and in that picture, if you see the red cover there,
Yep.
if you lift up that cover, the fuel tank's right there. So
Okay.
like we placed weight where we thought it would be beneficial.
No, totally, dude. I think it's gonna be. Like I said, I think it's gonna be fine. I mean, I think it's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, but you
I'm
said it could
really
catch on
looking
fire.
forward.
Now I'm scared.
I'm really looking forward to seeing it drive around in the middle of Florida with gators around. That's gonna be the coolest part. Is going through weird little tiny parts of Florida where their gators are, and
Yeah,
you with a little thin piece of nothing between you and gators, and
for
this
reals.
this home built ship box that you're.
Yeah,
I can't wait. I have
that
no
my
idea.
buddy. That I didn't even build it. I didn't even build my buddy built it. Like
Right, right. Yeah,
that's
I
what's even.
mean, talk about having some faith in someone's stuff, and like you said, like I mean, you've driven it a block and then put it in the trailer, and now
Yeah,
you're driving. I mean,
yeah.
how far is it one way for you towing a car that you've driven a block?
Uh, one way's 1,500 miles.
Okay, all right. So yeah, so
Yeah,
you drove about 150 feet to drive 1,500 miles to drive 600 miles to drive 1,500
yeah,
miles.
yeah. Just because I want to do something
When
that's extraordinary.
when you put it out like that, it sounds like we're idiots, but it's
Yeah,
fun. I promise you,
God,
it's fun.
it does. Actually, when you do map it out like that, I traveled over 3,000 miles to drive this Cushman 600 miles with my friends.
Right, and you still haven't driven
Yeah.
it more than 150 feet.
No, not even.
So yeah, I mean,
And actually,
everyone's.
in
Wait a second,
in,
we are idiots.
in the gosh, in the 150, I need to confess, in the 150 feet that I did drive it, I stalled it twice.
I bet getting the clutch and stuff figured out is going to
Yeah,
be.
I have. Yeah,
Do you have it?
and
Is this actually like working in the cockpit here? Is this as you can drive it right now?
yeah,
So
the dash works. The
so
dash, I got RPMs.
where's the clutch pedal?
It's a handle.
Oh, it is the
It's on the
handle
handlebar.
still. Okay, because
Yep,
it's like
yep, it's
it's
still
zip
on the
tied
handle.
in this. So I was like, is it just
Yeah,
zip tied up just to?
that's an old picture, but no, the clutch is on the handle, and then
So
you
it's
see the
like
little
riding a
foot thing.
motorcycle. Yep.
Yeah, and then the foot thing on the bottom, that's your brakes.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Stevie says it perfectly. Trying to explain this stuff to normal people is awkward. It's gonna be so fun. We're
Yeah.
driving 3,000 miles to drive 600 miles in a vehicle that hasn't driven 150 feet.
Yeah.
We're idiots. But
Yeah.
I'm here
But
for it. I
also
can't wait.
but I'm also traveling like 10,000 miles over into a foreign country to get in a glorified lawnmower and travel 1,300 miles in a country that I don't even speak their language just because.
For the adventure, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. That don't even
So
sound right.
it doesn't. It really doesn't. So you are the dude. That's a great segue. This is a perfect time. You are the dude that decided you were going to sell everything and
Yep.
just pursue something. And you talked to me a little bit about this, and we talked in the tower. I believe it was at Tulsa. Um, it was not your first race week. We were talking about giving away your Rookie of the Year award,
Oh yeah. Yeah, that
and
was my second race week I did with Chris
your
Patterson.
second one exactly. And we were
Yep.
we talked a little bit about your story, but you said to me that you'd never even really been into drag racing at all. You just decided like this is I want to I want to set a path to
Yeah.
show people that you can do this. You can go to something that you have no background in, and you can go make it a name for yourself. So talk to us about that a little bit, dude, and like the start and the beginning of, kind of this.
Ooh. Yeah, that was the beginning right there.
I dig, baby. I
Uh,
dig.
I will I'll reintroduce myself to the new people. Back in 2019, I sold everything I owned to travel the country drag racing, uh, because I felt that there was people out there that I could inspire to do the unthinkable, and to inspire people to do the unthinkable, you got to do the unthinkable. So for the last 4 years, I've countless times I think I've done the unthinkable that other people are like, "What the frick are you doing? Like, you're driving a Cushman 600 miles? Why?" I, I I've heard a lot of people last couple of days. They're like, "Yeah, dude, I use that around my yard." I'm like, "No, bro, we're doing it. We're going like 600 miles around Florida in a Hayabusa swapped Cushman."
Right, on
So
regular streets, going the speed limit, keeping up with traffic, doing all of the
yeah,
regular things. I mean,
trying to. So
try, right.
I've been traveling around the country for the last 4 years. Uh, just doing the unthinkable, doing the stuff that people dream about doing. That I think doing things that other people think are a good idea, and I'm like, okay, I can do that. That was my number one selling shirt right there.
Bring it
That was
back.
my number. that was my number one selling shirt right there. That was when 1320 did a video for me at the ice cream cruise, and I took that screenshot and I slapped it on a shirt and I put, "Yeah, I'm that guy."
Hell yeah, dude. I
Uh,
mean, bring that junk back. Hell yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I just I like I said, I just been traveling around and doing stuff, and uh, introducing myself to other avenues in drag racing. I've really gotten into pro mod racing. Keith
Yeah.
Haney and Ellen, they've taken me under their wing and kind of slowed me down a little bit, and got me, into a group of people that are pushing me to do more. So that's exciting.
And
Uh,
that's the Midwest Drag Racing series,
yep, yep, the Midwest
and
Drag Racing Series.
Summit Racing, a big sponsor of theirs. You're wearing their shirt actually. If you turn a little bit,
Yeah,
it'll show
there we
their
go.
stuff a little bit. But
Yeah,
yeah, I know you've been doing a little bit with those dudes, and they've got a ton of cool stuff. In fact, like Tina and
hmm
what you dang it, I forget their last name. How am I forgetting their last names right now?
uh, Tina and Mark Griffin are over there. Tina
I'm
Pierce.
talking to Pierce. Yes, Tina
Yeah,
Pierce.
yep,
God, David.
yep.
God, I'm just losing it. Maybe not enough aiming
you better,
fluid. Have another
maybe
one of
not. You
these.
better you better have a drink to that.
That's right. I know they've been racing with those guys. Bill
Yep,
Bernard, who's out of the Denver area, and the Whiteleys out of the Grand Junction area.
yep,
They
yep.
all run
There.
funny cars with the Midwest Drag Racing. So yeah, so it's
Yeah,
super cool seeing you kind of get a little bit of your roots in into this, and again, you just sort of
Hmm.
went on a whim, like I'm going to do this,
Yeah.
and here you are years later, and you're getting paid, you're making some money doing this,
Yeah. I'm not getting rich out here by any means.
but
But
paying your bills, you know.
you know, I made a commitment to myself for for 2023 at least, that I wouldn't go to any races unless I was getting paid to be there. So
Nice.
I started to value my time a little bit more, uh, and not for it just to be a hobby, you know. So I'm making a little bit of money out here, but more than anything, I'm living the adventure that other people can watch through the eyes of their, or through the lens of their phone. So
Yeah, dude, and unfortunately, adventure isn't free. So
no,
part of it is you need to be able to fund it, and
right,
that brings me to that picture right there. And
huh,
this is right after I met you,
yeah,
and
yeah,
and you won it. I do a deal at Rocky Mountain Race Week. I do Rookie of the Year, and I do Young Gun, and I start with
yeah,
$250, and I beg, borrow, and steal money through the week, and I come up with a big wad of cash. But the kind of the best part is that Red Hat Scotty builds a little homemade trophy, and that's me in the background going,
yeah,
"Woo!" I'm doing my Ric Flair.
yeah.
But you won Rookie of the
That that
Year.
that moment right there changed my life.
Yeah,
It
dude,
really
and
did.
it was this was race week 2.0. Was this 2020?
Yeah, 2020. Yep,
2020, yeah. So it was the very first 2.0 race, and you can see the
yep.
wallets in the background that the trophy guy did, stood Matt up, and so Matt went out to Walmart and sold them out of Barbies and spray painted Barbies to give people something.
Oh man,
That was wild, dude. But yeah,
that
so
was wild. That was a wild week, man.
you came out with this truck, and
Hmm.
you finished the week, and this thing was wore out. I mean, wore
Beat
out.
up.
And you were selling shirts for gas money to get yourself home. And
I didn't have no money.
right, dude. I mean,
I didn't have nothing.
that's pretty gangster, dude. And that was a hell of a week for you. And that truck fought you, and you
It
worked
did.
your balls off to get through.
You
And
you know
it was
you know
cool.
one thing. Go back to that truck photo if you don't mind.
This
Uh,
one here.
yeah. You know one thing people don't know about this photo. There's a couple different things. Is that's a photo of me selling T-shirts to get to the next race because I didn't have no money. But do you know that we took the tires off of my tow truck, off of like the truck that tows my trailer, and we left my tow truck on jack stands at Noble,
I had no
and used
idea.
them. Yeah, and because I didn't have no race tires, so we took the tires off of my tow truck and used them on the race truck, and left the tow truck on jack stands in Noble, Oklahoma.
Holy cow, dude. Holy cow. That is
Yeah,
wild.
and no one knows that because the truck was in the pits. The truck was off into the other section, so no one knows I went over there and took the tires off to put them on my race truck
Right.
because I didn't have any other tires.
Wow, dude. Wow.
Yeah, and
Um,
I didn't have no money, dude. I had to sell shirts to get through.
and I think you hit a because you won a little bit of jing with that
Yep,
rookie deal,
yep,
and I think you hit a race on the way back, or like you were like on the way home, and you were like, well, I'm gonna hit this
yeah,
race up real quick or something like that, and you
yeah.
raced. It was like the next weekend or something like that.
No, it was exactly the next. It was exactly the next weekend because I had that year I had races back to back to back, but to rewind a couple seconds on you. Is you said I won a whole bunch of I won some jingle, right?
Some jing,
People,
some
yeah.
cash.
So some money. I ended up giving that money to June.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was the motorcycle guy wrecked.
Right, Shane Werner. Shane Werner.
Yes.
And I had him on just a couple of weeks ago.
Yep. I gave all that money back to June for him.
Hell yeah.
Not trying to toot my own horn or anything,
I get it,
but
dude,
I'm just saying,
but then went back and sold shirts because you didn't have any money to make it to the next race. Like that's so cool. And you left with a welded up piston from
Red Hat.
I still got
that.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. And you got to rub some elbows.
Mike Finnegan, he gave me leftover hot dogs.
Nice.
They're Noble. Right after that picture, he's like, "Hey man, you want some hot dogs?" I said, "Fuck, I haven't eaten today. I guess
I'd love some hot dogs. Let's go."
I love some hot dogs. Yeah.
And then of course Alex Taylor.
Yep.
And she won overall that year.
Yep. And she got a Barbie for it. Can you believe that? We raced all those miles and driven all those miles
and
because we wanted
she got a freaking spray painted Barbie. But tell us about the truck when you built it. What's the combo? What's the stuff? We're getting to be diesel people here because Shane Werner's wife Jessica has her diesel BMW. And so, we're regular glow plugs and
yeah. So you guys know a little bit about diesels now. Okay,
we're cetane and all sorts of shit here. So we're ready to go. So yeah, tell us about the combo in the thing and what you built it and who helped you build it and why you built that truck.
There's no real reason why I built the truck. I built the truck for to utilize as an outlet to get to people, be able to talk to people. It was a talking point, just like the Cushman is going to be. But the truck is a 6.7 liter diesel engine. We're not allowed to say the C word because I was actually in cahoots with them for saying the C word.
Understood.
So it's a 6.7 liter diesel engine, and it has internals, rods, pistons, injectors. It pushes 1,300 horsepower on fuel only. We do spray it with nitrous. Get up to about 1,700 horsepower on nitrous,
which is really, so if you don't know diesels, and if you've been watching this show, you know diesels, but if it makes 1,300 horsepower, it makes like 3,000 foot-pounds of torque, or probably just shy of that. Yeah. But in that neck of the woods, like diesels make a ton of torque, and obviously we talk a ton of horsepower because that's just kind of the name of the game with everything. But these diesels make insane torque, and that's part of the game. And on top of that, they only rev to a certain number. So when you see these guys
that one turns 5,000 RPMs. Yeah,
that's a lot. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So typically diesels, a normal 6.7 diesel,
2,500,
3,000.
Yeah. If you're pulling a trailer and you're really racking it out, 3,000 RPMs, but conservatively 2,500 RPMs.
Yeah. So you're double that.
Yep.
That's incredible.
And it's screaming.
That's incredible. It's screaming. And if you guys don't know,
in a tin can,
the 6.7 would have come out of like a 06.
That one actually. No, that one actually came out of a 2019 Ram truck that caught on fire because the block material on the newer 5th gen Dodges is a lot lighter than the old block material. So the engine builder wanted to test the durability of the new material.
Okay.
So
and so what sort of boost and stuff does that thing need to make that kind of power?
Oh, about 70 pounds of boost and a shit ton of nitrous.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. The
And
nitrous is something that's kind of new to me. If you guys don't know Rick Flatus, he's got the Duramax Chevelle,
yep.
and he runs an absolute ass ton of nitrous, and I had no idea how much nitrous that dude ran on that thing.
A
And he
lot.
was, yeah,
Diesels run a
he
lot of
runs two
nitrous.
stages, and I think it's 600 horsepower nitrous on that
That sounds
thing.
about right for him. Yeah, that sounds about right.
That that's spicy, man. That's getting it. That
Yeah.
is getting it.
He's actually going to be down at Sick Week too, I think.
He is. He's on his way right now. He lives in
Yeah.
California, so he's got
Yeah.
a long flight drive as well.
Long
I'm flying
trip,
in,
long drive.
so yeah. So I'm
Nice.
gonna do I'm
Lucky
gonna do 550, and I'll wave at you guys as I come by, and then again as I go by when I go home. But neither here nor there. I don't get to compete. I'm not bringing my Cushman with me, so
Yeah, it's gonna be a wild week, man. But I'm excited. I'm excited to hang out with you.
Hell yeah,
last
dude.
time I seen you, I was with my grandma on a 8,000-mile road trip.
Yeah, dude, that was wild. I mean, you went from, basically the East Coast to the West Coast, right?
Yeah, yep, from Tennessee to Oregon and then back to Tennessee.
Wild.
And we stopped at racetracks along the way. We stopped and seen you and your significant other. We had tacos.
And at the food truck
Yep.
together. And then
that was fun.
You even announced some races, and she got to see a little bit of that, maybe.
Yep. She went to the ice cream cruise, which that was pretty fun.
Hell yeah. Yep, she's got some fun stories from the tower.
Yeah, that's an exciting trip. But nope, I think Sick Week's gonna be pretty awesome, man. I hope if you guys see me out there driving that Cushman around, don't hesitate to stop me and say, hey, take a gander at it, check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll know it's the right one because it'll say Redneck Edition right on the side.
Yeah, if there's another one there and it doesn't say Redneck Edition, don't even talk to that guy.
Right, because that's an imposter. That's an imposter.
Yeah, that guy's just trying to be somebody.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I'm just gonna. I've got a few questions that I just ask everybody, so I'm just gonna run through a few of my questions on this, and we'll have some people kind of jump into the comments, and I'll dump a few other things kind of into the conversation as we go. But we're gonna start kind of winding it down so you can get back and get some shut eye and get yourself back down to Orlando. But
yeah.
Here we go. Here's one. What kind of tires are you running on that thing?
They're like a DOT junior tire, like a junior.
Like a junior dragster tire. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost him. Oh, he's back.
No, I'm here.
Okay, I lost you for just a moment. I lost you there for a moment.
I'm here.
So. Is there a roll bar in the Cushman?
We didn't have enough time to do a roll bar, so I'm limited to about 45 to 50 miles an hour.
Hell yes. Hell yes. Okay, so I think this one's going to lead me into my next little round of photos here. But what's the largest thrash that you've been a part of?
The largest thrash I was part of was Sick Week 2021. It's 2023? No, Sick Week 2022. It was Red Hat Scotty, the dude, one of my teammates, and we were thrashing to change the transmission in my DSM car.
Yep.
And it took us, it literally, yep. That thing's a beast. It'll be back, don't worry. But we were literally you would think changing a transmission in a 4-cylinder would be simple.
But it's
Well,
all-wheel drive.
it is all-wheel drive. It literally took us like 16 hours to change the transmission in it.
Yeah, it's if you guys have never seen a car that should be a front-wheel drive, that's an
Yep.
all-wheel drive. The
Yep.
transaxle is a different thing. It's got the transfer case kind of built into it, typically, and
Yeah.
it's a different thing, and there's a lot of stuff going on there for sure. But
Well, and I've never changed transmission in that car before, you know. So I was like, I didn't know where the hell to start. And we were sleep deprived because we drove from Washington State to Florida in 37 hours. Yep.
right,
There's a good
yeah,
the picture right
there you
there.
are,
That speaks for
there you
itself.
are, right there, like nearly dead.
Yeah.
But
I was done.
this thing is pretty sick, though. I mean, so this is a billet block DSM motor,
Mm-hmm.
and this is basically the motor that like an Eclipse would have come with.
Yep. It would be a first gen Eclipse, DSM 4G63.
Okay, so if you guys don't know, I mean that it's a pretty storied deal in the Eclipse, but then you put it in this little bitty what the hell is this thing?
It's a Dodge.
Colt.
It's a '89 Dodge Colt.
It's a Colt. It's totally a Colt.
And we basically took the whole drivetrain out of an Eclipse and put it into a Colt.
Okay,
and then I was like, go ahead.
Oh, it's independent 4-wheel suspension, so independent rear and front.
Yep.
And then it's got the like the weird center diff deal that the Eclipse had.
We actually put the 3000 GT center diff in it, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So it has like a little bit of a torque variation with that piece.
Yep.
But
yep.
Dude, that thing's sweet. That thing is super cool. What kind of power on this one?
That car makes probably 1,300 horsepower.
That's spicy, dude.
And our goal this year is to get that car into the 4s.
Dude.
In the 8th mile.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's not a top fuel car, but
that's
gonna be sweet, dude.
No, there's slicks all the way around it. That car's rowdy.
I'll bet, and it's an automatic, right?
And it's an auto. You just put it in drive like a normal Eclipse, and you just you just push the brake, push the gas. It'll get up on the 2-step. You let off the brake, and the car does the rest.
That's freaking awesome, dude. I can't wait to see it back out because it did go pretty quick, right? Like that car ran good.
TX2K, we ran an 867 with it. But it didn't make it to the quarter mile. Yep.
What and it went pretty quick to 8, like a 6 flat.
No, it was like a 550 to the 8th.
Okay, yeah, dude,
Yeah, it was fast. Yep.
Hell yeah.
So
hell yeah.
I want to get that car back out. My goal is to get that car into the 4s, but honestly, that car is really boring to drive.
Yeah, because you just put it in drive and you just
there
you go.
You just put it in drive, and it can do laps after laps after laps after laps, and it gets boring to drive when you compare yourself to a 3,000 foot-pound torque diesel truck.
Yeah, just a little bit of a different world there.
Right. Yeah. A big tire 2-wheel drive diesel truck to an all-wheel drive DSM is a big difference.
Yeah, exactly. Whole different thing.
Yeah.
Michelob Esquire wants to know how many cars you have.
Okay. Well, I have the diesel truck, which you guys seen.
You still have that.
I still have that. It's getting rebuilt down at Wasp Performance. I have the DSM car, which you guys seen. I don't think you got a picture of the SEMA truck.
Oh no,
We had this.
I got pictures of the SEMA truck.
Ah, yes, I have the SEMA. That's our dude. That's our SEMA mud bog truck. We bought a SEMA truck out of Florida last year, and we just put it all in the mud. So I have that. I also have the Cushman. What else do I have?
The truck you're in now.
Oh, I have my tow truck that I'm in now. It's a 2019 Ram 2500. Dude, we just clicked over 164,000 miles since 2019. I bought the truck brand new.
Wow,
164,005.
Wow, moving.
Yeah. I think that's it. Oh, I also have a Fiat 500, a Barth Fiat 500.
Like a newer one.
No, it's an older one. It's like a 2003. I call it my little marshmallow. It's my gas. It's my gas getter. If I need to go, a longer distance, and I don't need anything but my camera gear, I just take that little car.
I like it. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, five or six different cars.
If you're going to make it to race week.
Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to do any race weeks this year because they overlap with a couple of my other events. But I really want to bring the hype up for my India event. So you'll see me out on the roads. I might not be doing race week or sick week.
But you might just show up.
I might just show up, and I might show up in the neighborhood next to you, and you never know.
Hell yeah, I dig on that, dude. I dig on that.
Yeah.
So tell me
I'll be around.
Tell me about the one that got away. What car did you sell that you never should have sold?
A Cadillac CTS-V wagon.
Hell yeah.
I had one of those 8 or 9 years ago, and I went through a breakup, and I didn't think about refinancing it in my own name because it was in her name. Whatever. It was in her name. It was my car, but it was in her name, and I ended up selling it. Instead of trying to take over the loan. So I screwed that up.
That happens. Happens.
We better drink to that. I got to get some water. We better.
Drink
gosh,
water.
dang it. Why did you have to bring that up? Gosh,
I'm sorry. It's everyone's got to hear about the one.
That is the one that got away.
We'll get to a better spot here.
All right.
Right away.
All right. So let's talk about it.
Coors. Cheers to you. All right. So I hand you a stack of money, unlimited money. Here you go, Danny. Of a drag and drive. You know what? For you, I typically do this drag and drive, but for you, let's open it to everybody. Unlimited money.
Okay.
Whose car are you going to take home?
Whose car would I take home?
Like you walk up to Haney and you say, Black Mamba? That's me, baby.
That's me. Okay, we'll do two categories, drag and drive and anybody's. You know what? I would want to buy Rich Guido's car.
I dig on that.
I would, dude. I would buy. If that car ever came up for sale, I would buy his car. And if it was any other car, I would probably have to do. You can't just buy a car and not buy the team with it. So it'd be like a Scott Palmer Pro Mod or Ed Thornton's Pro Mod. It would be a Pro Mod car.
Okay. All right. You and Victor down at Bradenton, both of you guys are Pro Mod, wanting Pro Mod.
Dude, once you watch them consistently, like that class of racing is no freaking joke, man. Like,
yeah, dude.
Those guys, that class of racing is legit.
super legit, and cars with doors still. I mean, they're race cars. Don't get it
Yeah,
twisted, but they still have doors. It's door slammer cars,
yeah.
and they're
Oh yeah.
fast.
Well, that one Tom Boyer, I think his name is. He just went 349 in the 8th at
Yeah, dude.
231 miles an hour.
That's wild. That's
Yeah,
wild.
like I would love to own or pilot a pro mod. I don't know what I got to do or who I got to talk to, but if you got a pro mod and you're looking for a driver, like this guy
Danny
is here.
G is your dude.
Danny G's ready to drive.
That's right. That's right. And
Uh,
for me, the pinnacle of pro mod is Craig Sullivan's car.
oh yeah,
He's got the Mercury, and
yeah,
it's bad to the bone, and it's gangster, and it looks cool as hell, and
it is.
it's not swoopy. It's
No,
it's a brick, and it's bad ass, and I love it.
and he's an awesome person
He's
too.
a super cool dude, right?
Super cool dude. Super cool
Yep.
dude.
It's yeah.
Yeah,
The whole package there.
yeah. Craig Soul.
What is your favorite racetrack you've been to? And I'm going to open that to all of them: mud track, tractor pull track, drag race track.
Uh, one of my favorite racetracks would be Wagler Motorsports Park in
Okay,
Lyons, Indiana. There's a lot that we do out there, but also a track that doesn't get a lot of attention except for one weekend out of the year would be I-29 in Pacific, Iowa, Omaha, Nebraska.
yep,
That's where they host ice cream cruise. That's an event right there. I don't know if that's on your question list, but that's an event right there. If you're in a car enthusiast, you have to make it to the ice cream cruise. Like that is over the top. Kyle Loftus at 1320 Video does an amazing job with that event. It's phenomenal.
I've heard it's amazing. I've never been. I need to get over there for sure. It's just
Dude.
it's part of the deal. But they got Cliff Parvin, who's one of my homeboys. He
Yep.
does the announcing for those guys. I worked with him at the Mod Nationals in November. The first
Nice.
time I've worked with him, I've known him a long time, and we've
Yeah.
been dovetailing interests. But if you guys don't know Cliff Parvin, he's the Tulsa Madman. He's out of Tulsa. He used to do a midnight race at Tulsa, but he's an amazing announcer, and
He is. He's good.
we clicked it off, man. We were good, and he hammers ice cream cruise stuff. So
Dude,
you gotta love some
neat.
ICC.
Yeah, you like I said, if you're a car enthusiast, the Omaha, Nebraska, the ice cream cruise, like I don't know what it is. Like it's not fast, like super fast, like pro mod racing, but it's just the culture of people, like the demographic of people. You just get everybody.
Right.
Like there's Hispanic out there. There is all different cultures are out there. Asians are out there. Everybody, and we're all there for a certain purpose, and that's automotive.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, dude. And it's and diesel truck, love it. We're into it.
Diesel.
Lifted big truck, love it. Mini truck.
Well,
love
yeah,
it.
I shipped the SEMA truck over there for the ice cream cruise. Dude, there was so many people around it, and then right next to there was like a slammed Honda Civic. You know what I mean? So
Right.
there was cars
Something
for everybody.
everyone. Something for
Yep.
everyone, exactly. You'll pay for the whole seat,
Sure.
but you'll only need the edge.
That's right. That's right.
I dig on that. And Kyle's giving me some shit too. He's like, dude, you got to come out and see Ice Cream Cruise. And I'm like, I haven't, and I'm sorry, but
here's how important that event is to me. I am going to India for a month to do this rickshaw run. I have scheduled my departure to not miss the ice cream cruise. Like, I will not miss that event, no matter
hell
what.
yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like all
So
that.
I don't expect you to miss it this year either, buddy.
I'll do what I can to get there. I will do it.
It's within
Um,
driving distance of you.
it Iowa's just, I mean, it's the other end of the state, but
Yeah,
just straight down from there. So I mean, it's just hours, whatever.
it's only hours and miles.
It's just hours and miles, baby.
Yes, sir.
On a drag and drive, trailer or no trailer?
Well, I've only done it with the trailer. This will be my first time not doing it with the trailer. So, yep, I had the U-Haul trailer there. I would say unless you're running the same tires that you are driving on and racing on, I would say you need to bring a trailer.
I I'm a trailer proponent. I love trailers.
Yeah,
I like the
you gotta.
smallest trailer that you can get, but
Yeah,
the smallest trailer that you need. So I mean, if you have a lot of
yeah.
shit and you have a really fast car, by all means, um,
What do
have a
you
gigantic trailer.
What do you think about the new trailer rule that's kind of swept the nation?
It I like it and I hate it all at the same time. From a tech standpoint, from looking at competitors that you might be in competition with, if it's
Yeah,
got one axle, it's good. Who cares? Like that's easy.
right.
From a competitive standpoint, I think it needs to be smaller, but that's
Yeah.
just me.
But do you think since it's not like what do they have? Eight? Is it 8 by or 4 by 5 or whatever it is, whatever the dimensions are?
4x8 was kind of the standard
Yeah.
before.
But since they took in the standard off of the rules, now you can have like whatever size trailer you want. Do you think that kind of takes away from the trailer morale, I guess?
I mean, we'll see. No one's really come out with like a really outrageous single axle trailer. Um,
Okay.
I mean, well, it might be a thing, and the trailer rule came into effect because a guy showed up with a half-ton truck and towed a double axle 20-foot trailer with a ton of shit on it. And they said,
Right.
"Oh, you can't do that." And then they made the trailer tiny.
Right. Yeah.
And now it's just whatever. But I so far, at least right now, and it's pretty new, so people haven't like started building stuff to the T of the
Right.
rule. But
Yeah.
it's opened up a lot more like campers and stuff like that, which has been
Right. Right.
that stuff has been kind of cool to see. Dudes towing
Okay.
a camper behind a CTSV. That all
Right.
right,
I can see
like
that.
that's kind of
Yeah.
neat to me. I think that's kind of neat. But yeah, like Ed Hohenberg sees like a fifth wheel single axle dually showing up at some point, and then you have a
Yeah.
whole spare truck. I mean, you could put an entire spare dually on
Right.
the
Well, and
gooseneck.
that's what I was thinking with my diesel truck. Why don't I just have Stephen Narx build me a gooseneck trailer for it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And then get a big single axle trailer that has a
Right.
both in bed camper on it and
Yeah.
an entire spare Cummins or C motor, C67
Right.
diesel motor,
Yeah.
and an entire spare tranny and an entire spare rear end. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
so at
Oh,
some
it's
point
just
someone's going to do that, but
yeah.
that hasn't happened yet. And I mean,
Well, that's
honestly, the
good.
bigger the trailer, the harder it is on the road.
It is.
And
It is.
the
I
road
just I
portion's
don't know.
hard. But yeah, I mean, bringing an entire spare car and saying, "Hey, I finished a 1,000-mile drive."
Right.
How bad
With
are you really?
right with three extra motors because you got that big old trailer.
Yeah, exactly. So
No,
I
that
mean,
makes
we'll
yeah,
we'll
that makes
see.
sense. I,
We'll see.
I I just don't understand why people would just change it. Like, what was the purpose? Like, so someone could bring their camper?
I mean, and maybe, and that's a tough one because I mean, Dragon drives it. You've seen it. It's a weird. It's
Yeah,
its own thing. But there's not
yeah,
one umbrella set of rules for all of them. They're all different.
right, right,
And Sick Week and Drag Week are close, and they have the same people doing the stuff, but the rules are even
yeah,
different between those. So
right.
it's a tough thing, and luckily all of them that said fine, you can have whatever size one axle
Trailer
trailers
you
you
want?
want, but
Right.
that was a drag week. Like, dude, hey, we're gonna do this, and it almost forced everyone else's hand because you don't want to have two different cars for two different events, and b
Right.
two different trailers for two
That's
different
true.
events. So you just have to do
Yeah,
it
no, that's
and
true.
hope it works out. And that's one of those that, like, we'll see, dude. We'll see.
Right.
But
Yeah. Well, I won't have a trailer for sick week because I'm not going to burn up the clutch on my Cushman. But
so you're rolling Cushman, no
yep.
trailer,
Nope.
and going a week with whatever you can fit in the back of that or next to you.
That's all I got. That's all I got. I
Okay.
got a
Hell
5-gallon
yeah.
gas can. A 5-gallon gas can. Because I don't know how much gas is going to consume, and a one luggage, one backpack, a blanket, and a pillow.
Okay. There we go.
Well, how else would you want to do a race week? I wouldn't want to do it any other way, buddy.
Here we go, baby. Let's make it happen. I like it. I'm getting
Oh
down to the end of
gosh.
my questions, and I'll let Danny get back to a place where he can lay his head down and burn some more miles later on. But
Yep.
dude, my last one, and again, typically this is kind of drag and drive based, but I think this one we can kind of open up to you in the width of almost life. But what advice do you have for newbies? So let's say that you're a dude, you're Michael Narx a year ago or 2 years ago, and you got you got your corporate job, and you're like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm thinking about selling everything.
You
What
know.
advice do
You
you
know
have to
what?
that person? What advice do you have to a person building a diesel truck? Whatever. What advice do you have for a
Uh,
newbie in any situation?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I told Michael Narks 2 years ago. If you don't do it today, when are you going to do it? That's the honest truth, and Michael Narks can contest to. We had a podcast together, and that podcast changed his life and my life both together. And now he's doing social media full time. But my advice to anybody out there is like, you know, you can do anything you want to do in life as long as you work hard at it and you have a plan. And without a plan, you plan to fail. So going into sick week, I got a plan, and I guarantee you we won't fail.
Hell yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I freaking dig on that.
that's it, man. That's it.
Hell yes,
If you can dream it, it can be done, man.
that is awesome.
That's my ending statement right there. So we'll see you guys down at Sick Week. Follow along at Sick the Mag page because I'll be putting all my updates on there. And I'll see you, Adam, down there. But
I'll be down there,
yeah,
dude. It's going to be cool. Again, that's going to be on Freedom Plus. You can get it with the code Sick Week. You can get half off, and I think that makes it $8 or $9 for the month. Or if you're a Sick the Mag subscriber, you're going to get a promo code in your email to watch it for free as well. But when you tune into
nice.
that, you're going to see my smiling face. Like I said, I'm going to be shoving cameras and microphones in people's faces, and be helping a little bit with some of the announcing and whatnot. But typically on Sick Week, I've been doing a lot more of the behind the scenes, which has actually been really fun
Yeah.
because race week stuff, I get a lot of the on the track action, but at Sick Week, I get a lot of the off the track action. So guys thrashing on their stuff at the very first checkpoint.
Yep.
It's been fun. It's been a really good time. So I'll be there. It's going to be super cool. Obviously, I'll see you there, and that's going to
Oh
be
yeah.
awesome. So I can't wait to see the Cushman. I can't wait to break bread with you again. Maybe we'll find another taco stand down there, and
We're getting tacos.
yeah, let's drop the tailgate on the Cushman and have some tacos and catch up face to face style.
I'm down for it. All right.
Hell
We'll
yes.
see you there.
Yeah, man, I will bring you in the background. Actually, I'll call it a night. You can get yourself back into bed, and
Cool.
I'll do a little sign off here for my guys. But I'll see you in a couple of days. Thanks for sitting down with us for an hour.
See you soon. Bye.
Yeah, man. Talk to you soon. Appreciate you. Guys, Daniel Green on That's Cool Drink. How much fun was that, guys? That was super duper cool. Thank you so much for joining me, Danny. Danny Diesel on all of the platforms, and Daniel Green on Facebook. It's going to be super cool. We're going to have some really good coverage on that Cushman for sure. So it's going to be super cool. I really, really appreciate him. Obviously, I mean, dude, he's making his way down there. I think he's planning on sleeping in his truck tonight somewhere. So that's cool. Drake, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you so much, Danny Diesel, for tuning in. Next week, sick week. Nothing next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday, I'll have something for you. It's going to be super cool. Don't forget, That's Cool Drink on Blueberry, BLUBRRY. Also on, I believe it's on all of the Apple's stuff as well. So, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Short show tonight. Thanks so much to Danny Diesel. I'll see you guys next week on